Hello and welcome into See You Next Tuesday. Happy motherfucking 420 and welcome in the really popular Miss Lex Lee. Hello, the stoned Miss Lex Lee.
I was so high, you guys.
I told her to come prepared.
I just came high. And so if you don't hear from me, I'm here. I'm in my head.
She's in her head in her red sunglasses and she's looking fantastic, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, thank you so much.
Let me say. So we have a really fun show today. I really outdid myself and prepped for a while with this show. I have so many notes. I have polls that y'all took. I have questions that y'all asked. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start out by taking a 100 milligram edible.
100?
Yeah.
Oh,
I normally
shit.
don't do this.
Wait, I'm excited for this episode.
So this is 100 milligram cherry edible. I'm
What the
fucking
fuck?
take it to the dome. This is a 500 milligram bag that my weed guy gives me.
I took 10 milligrams before this.
Should I do half? Like now I'm scared.
No, I'm just like, very excited. Go for it. Who am I to say?
It's gonna be
Who am I?
It'll be like 4. It's like 2 right now. It'll be 4, and my heart will be like about to leave my chest. I'll be like, Lex,
you should astral project.
It was a mistake. I'm just gonna do it. Happy 420. Cheers,
Happy
ladies and gentlemen.
420.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. Oh, I just brushed my teeth, so it's extra zesty, like OJ after a toothbrushing. Chew.
Fuck.
Chew.
Do I want to take my other one? Are we about to get high?
Grab it. We're about to get. I just took 100 milligrams.
You want to know how high I am? My box that I keep it in is the thing that's holding up the computer.
My box. Oh yeah, your box.
My box, and I just said I'm so rich, but obviously.
Shit.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So then I'll be at about 20 milligrams of stuff. This one I really like. Are we
are those Smokies? God, Smokies are so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I love Smokies, but they don't do an indica specific strain. So it's more of a hybrid vibe, which is fine. But I am just a pure indica girl. So I like those. Girl. In an indica world. See?
You know what I want to do?
Anything. Yeah, tell me.
I want to create a genre of country music that's about like weed instead of shit.
Beers.
I'm losing thought. Instead of like
beers and bitches.
I want it to be like specifically about weed and mushrooms and psychedelics. And I mean, I'm sure there's stuff out there, but
it could be like, I envision it being like really banjo based. Just like got my weed, got my joint, and I'm ready. Here we go.
Oh, that was good. That was really good. I like that. See, I want to listen.
Got my truck, got my Corona, and we're gonna have a show. Okay, so I'm 100 milligrams in. That'll be a moment before it really affects me. But let's start by talking about the 2 different types of weed, and then we've got CBD. So indica, I'm an indica girl. It's gonna be a body high. It's gonna be really sleepy. It's gonna make a bitch really hungry, and that is my vibe. If you have anxiety, it can kind of like help that. It's just, I love indica. But if you are more of an active person, an indica might throw you into couch. So you might want to go to a more of a sativa moment, which is a mind high, good for getting stuff done and being really creative. It is also really good at making me really fucking paranoid, where I think that like somebody is in the house. Like I will be like, hello? But that's me after too many edibles too. Like I will hear the ice maker and I'm like, uh-oh, this is it. I will literally just like see a shadow and I'll have to call my friend Cammie and I'm like, it's happened again. I've seen a ghost. What just happened? What did you just look at? Is that you looking at the ghost?
I was doing that for you.
I was gonna say, oh my god, did a ghost appear? No, I was gonna say, did we summon the ghost?
We didn't, not yet. This is not the episode for that.
No, but one day, definitely. Oh my god, wait, do you love talking about ghosts?
No, actually I'm more of a I'm getting in the practice of, if they're here, I say, no, thank you. Not ready to talk to you. This is my timeline right now. Please come again later when I have a better understanding. Well, because they just want to like hang out.
They do. Like, they want to, or they're a little lost, usually.
Yeah, because they don't know what's happening. They're like,
well, because they're vibing on whatever whatever, you know, level
Where
they're
they're not
on.
really like supposed to, or they don't have any.
Right. And then
They're
I'm
kind of
like,
like, what the
hey,
fuck are we doing here? Yeah.
right.
So I'm
And
like, hey,
and they're like, wait
not,
a minute.
not right now.
What are you doing here? And I'm like, what
I'm
are you
like,
doing here?
What are you like? Because I'm supposed to be here.
And they're like, but I'm supposed to be here. And I'm like,
and
all
I
right.
say, oh no.
I'm gonna go back to
2021. You were, you did. So they're just a little confused. And then the ones that like aren't confused and want to chill, we're good. We just vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I don't want like a kid ghost that's going to be like throwing balls across the room and stuff.
All right. As a woman who has concrete floors and a bunch of tennis balls all the time out, can you shut the fuck up for like a second? Because what it is it comes from my own fears. Like if you're with a ghost right now, chances are is that there's a part of you that's just like, all right, let's bring this out of them, right? So they're reflections of you as well. There's a purpose for everything, right? It doesn't just mean here on earth.
Right.
And so I started it when I started getting into like the psychic realm, manifestation, magic. I did read this book on psychics and like how to tap into it.
Yeah.
And when you're starting out, one of the biggest things of like why it's hard to believe in yourself or why it's hard to go further in that is
you got to go.
We still think that there is something out there that can hurt and harm us.
Yeah.
And that's part of breaking it down of, well, once you get to an understanding of there's really no good or bad, right or wrong, it's just perception, feeling, emotion. So before I could get there, this book said, all right, if you do encounter something that you're not sure of and you're just like, oh, it feels kind of shitty, you think about it and then you say shrink. I know it sounds silly, but
can I do that actually to my boobs?
You could. I mean, I actually I have so much more shit on manifestation, but I told myself, I'm like, you're not a manifestation coach, Lex. Stop it.
This is all what it usually comes to.
I know. So I'm going to back. No, but it's not my story. So I'll say this.
So say
I'll back up and to before manifestation, like, and you say shrink, you just, like, I would get really scared of ghosts. Like they were things I don't want to fuck with. Before I started practicing magic and they talked about this idea of shadow work, I was like, nope, not me. I am the good witch. I am the white witch. I am the light witch or whatever you call it. And then you realize, oh, in order to get there, you have to do the shadow work. Yeah. So I'm in the process of most of mine, like by and large, I'm pretty much figured out and I like what I see and I like what's left.
Amazing.
And I get to rebuild.
Yeah.
And
have you done have you done like past life regression?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I consult them all the time. It's like the other thing I'm obsessed with is Avatar because it's such a really good, not the Pandora Avatar.
I know that's what I always
I think you're that Avatar. I am the Airbender Avatar.
I'm the blue one that's fucking everybody with my tail, and you're moving elements around.
I'm the blue one that's fucking everyone with his mind,
trying to peg everybody, and you're just like, just kidding. Sorry, I'm really interrupting.
You know what's so bad? No, what's so bad is that I got off on a tangent about Avatar on my Instagram, and oh no, I think it was on OnlyFans. I was talking to one of my fans about Avatar and the idea of water bending. Does that mean that water benders can manipulate pussy juice?
Listen, if you're manipulating it in a good way, then I'm fucking here for it.
Oh my god,
that shit.
Can I say something?
Squirt. Yeah.
No, can I tell you? A man actually made me come.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
I did it. I fucking did it. And you want to know who it was?
It's like when you get to the final boss. It's like you finally did it. Was it?
You realize that your final boss is just you.
It's just you finally let it go to where you can,
right. So I go, okay, so he took me out. It was my neighbor from across the road.
Oh yes. The hot man. We have to get all into this though, because they don't even know about hot man from across the way.
They don't. I thought I said I manifested him on an earlier episode. I did.
Did we get there?
Yeah,
okay.
we did.
Okay.
Because Michaela Moody Michaela,
Yes.
she reached out to me and she was like, "Thanks for this shout out and congrats on the man you manifested." And
Okay, so then I'm
but
just
what was
stoned
so
and I can't
fucked-
remember shit.
No, but get this, it was so fucked because I had just made plans to go see him and I don't remember ever announcing him to anything.
Yeah.
So I said, "Are you fucking clairvoyant? Because I'm about to go over to his place." And then I realized, oh, she meant because of the podcast.
Yes.
But
you're like, why does she know this?
I know. How does she know?
She
Holy
is a
fuck!
psychic. You're like, I have met
but
my
she
soulmate.
is like she's very like spiritual as well.
No, yeah,
and,
yeah. So you're like, wow.
And so
she's
we're like,
really
we did it, dang! But so
was it through sex or eating out?
eating out because
See, that's how it.
Let me tell you. So
Tell me.
We're after dinner. We went back to his place and we were watching a movie. And I don't know if I did. It was called Fright Night.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The remake. And rest in peace, Anton Yelkin. I don't mean to bring down the mood, but okay. Anyway, sorry. Back to my pussy.
As I laugh, as you give them your respects, I'm like,
I know. I'm resting on his chest. We're watching the movie. Do you hear that, by the way?
Yeah. Is it the ghosts?
I think so, because as far as I know, me and my manager are the only ones on this floor.
It's your manager making you another sandwich. He's really fucking banging shit around with that.
No, I told you we had to stop that because he professed his love for me.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That is.
I know. We're rebuilding though. We decided.
No. It's a no.
That's
a shame though.
Zip that back up and
those
never talk about it
sandwiches
again.
looked fucking great.
Oh, they're really good. It's true.
Yeah.
I do miss the sandwiches.
That's a shame. Anyway, back to you.
Anyway, so back to me coming. I'm resting on his chest, and I don't know how it happened in terms of. I mean, he initiated, I think. Anyway, going straight for my pussy with his man hands. Like he's a man. I have to tell you, like he's big.
Yes.
I feel small, like small girl.
I'm a little
baby.
I'm tiny.
I love when the one finger that just has to make the slightest movement and then you can feel how wet she is.
Yes.
And
then
I'm
they're
just,
like,
in
oh
my
God.
head, I'm like, yeah, girl.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
Oh, because the best part was I wasn't wearing panties and I loved the realization in their mind when they realized she's not wearing
panties. They love it. They love it.
I slipped up my skirt and then she was ready to go. So then a little gently slip of the finger.
Oh my God.
And he has
turned on.
I know I'm turned on too.
He
has these giant dogs that are with us.
Okay.
And it's like we are about to do something that these children should not be here. So he just gets up. He's shirtless, by the way, covered in tattoos. Okay. Like I want to paint a visual because Lex deserves this.
Yes.
And super hot in the face. And I don't know how to describe him.
Super hot in the face.
Just like a fucking dude, like a man dude. Really masculine presenting man. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, he rounds up the beasts, puts them away because daddy's coming back to me. So he's I said he was shirtless. So as he's walking towards the bed,
he took his pants off. Stop.
Yes.
Stop. It's like a movie.
And
you're just watching it in slow motion.
And
as you're like, come at me, come.
I'm like, okay. And so then he just kind of slides in between my legs and lifts up my skirt more. And I was just like,
were you wearing that skirt that you're wearing?
No.
Oh, damn it. I was going to be like, get up and show up. Why am I like,
no,
porn, let's do it.
I had it. It was just like kind of cute because I had a little crop top, a knit crop top on.
Love that.
And I had the skirt up. So I was like, it's like appropriately, I don't know,
sexy,
laying and sexy. It was great. And he was just, at this point, I had a choice I could make. I could either repeat the patterns of where I go off somewhere in my head and I remove myself from the situation. Or why don't you take a look at this beautiful man who's between your legs and just staying really like, I don't think I saw his lips really move because he did all this work. Like he created a vacuum.
Oh my God.
Like stop. I don't even think, I don't know how I'm going to tell someone to
you need to marry that. No, you need to marry him.
I don't need to marry him.
You don't like
do
him?
I? No. Hey, sorry. Let me get somewhere.
Okay.
First. let me finish. Let me come in the story, and then you can talk about marriage. But girl, my head's not there. Okay, so I know. Wouldn't that be funny? Oh, first time girl first time I come, I must marry him. Anyway, shut up. Up until this point, everyone, we've had sex a couple of times, and I faked it.
Really?
I know, because it's just like I keep repeating my pattern of like, I really do like the guy and I like having sex, but I was actually in my head before this last time we went out.
Yeah.
I said, you can't keep doing this, Lex. You have to be assertive and like say what you want. How is he going to know how to please you?
Right.
You don't say it and you just like let this keep going. You're going to resent it. You're not going to want to go over for sex anymore.
I do understand though in those moments, because there have been moments where he's going down on me and like I want to say something more or this and that, and they're just, you can tell they're not the type of guy that's going to take it well, because like, or like he's trying his best. Don't want to tell him and hurt him.
There's that, boy. But then there's also, I really like this guy and I want him to equate me having a good time with him. So I should just fake it so that he knows that I'm enjoying myself.
I understand.
Which is okay. Every now and then, sure. If you got somewhere to go or you want to wrap things up, go ahead.
But also, it's okay to just be like, nah, I didn't come. Have a good one, maybe next time, you know? But I get like in those moments where you're just like, you know what? It's better if I do.
Yeah. It's like you got to use your own judgment. We're empowering you guys to figure that out, but know that there are some options, but also know that you don't have to repeat the patterns. And so in this one, I'm like, no, don't fucking leave in your head. You stay here. Look how hot he is. Look at him. And so I would like, I would take my hand and I would like put it on his head and I would kind of like play with the top of his ear. And then I would maybe like, I wouldn't really like grab his head and like stick myself further into him because he like knew what to do. Yeah. And that was the thing. That was the thing that kind of, that's fucking with me was that I said to the universe, all right, I want to be this like really sexually developed person, I suppose. Yeah. And so with that, I need to be assertive. I need to say what I want. And then here's this man who I didn't have to say anything to. Right. And except the one part where I said, like, where I'm letting him know I'm about to come. So please don't stop exactly what you're doing. Yeah. Which is very important. If she says she's about to come, please do not change any fucking thing. Not a thing. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Same exact thing.
Oh God. And then, oh my God. And then I just love it that like, I could really feel I was just coming on his face. It was just like a whop, 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 whop. And I was so proud of myself. Like he has no idea that I'm waging my own war inside me where I'm like, you deserve pleasure, you bitch. Fucking let this happen and have fun for Christ's sake.
Right. But there's also the guys who, even though I'm ready and willing mentally to come, that bless their hearts, they just can't do it. No matter how much I tell them exactly what I want. It's just, but they're trying.
They're trying. And that's the thing is we want to make sure that everybody still wants to try.
Yeah.
That you haven't been so fucking burned in the past that you're just afraid to even try, because then you miss out on so much pleasure.
True.
There's a lot of pleasure out there, folks.
A lot of pressure.
And I'm about to find it all. Oh no, my dog is staring at me because his early dinner detector is firing.
Did you give him a treat?
Yeah, well, apparently that wasn't enough. The hors d'oeuvre portion of the dinner is not sustaining him. Oh no.
Not like that man's mouth did on your pussy.
My God.
That sounds truly incredible. So like, are you going to see him again? Do we like him?
Well, I really like him. But it's one of those things where we both started off with, we were just dating around, seeing what we like.
Yeah. Is that where you were last night?
No, because then I want to tell you about him, because that was pretty funny. And okay. But I know we have a lot of things to talk about weed.
We can break for boy and come back to second boy after we
perfect. So we do like him. He's very hot.
He sounds so hot, and we love a man that makes us come.
Yeah, but you want to know what? There's one thing that I'm just like, this might stick with me for a bit. I had previously told him about my work in wanting to get into porn and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like getting quiet because I
Why
think
you
he can hear me because he's
I
like,
want to get into porn.
no, it's more like he's across the street. I'm like, can he hear me? He can't fucking hear me, can he? No, but and I said a couple of things that now I'm of like what I want to do in porn. I mean, you know about the show that I'm about to release.
Yeah.
You know about a lot of my plans and how important manifestation is in my life. And he said, he like made the quickest comment of, I have lofty dreams.
Okay.
And in my head, I'm like, and if everybody is a reflection of each other, I'm thinking to myself, oh, hun, do you not believe in yourself? But I'm not going to say that to my hot ass.
What is a lofty dream?
Like a dream that's like big, really big, and not sturdy, not stable, not grounded.
See. Okay. Got it.
And I thought to myself, well, because lofty dreams, if it wasn't a lofty dream, it's just something to put on my to-do list. Like I can easily do it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of, we all know that we need a purpose to really feel fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm creating a purpose for myself that to me seems like, yeah, no, this is like I realized he has no idea. I was living at my mom's house.
Right.
Like drunk as a skunk all the time, like hated my life. Yeah. And now I'm like, was able to pick myself up and move into this beautiful place, then reach out to one of my favorite companies and pitched a show to them that they absolutely love, and we're making it. And
right.
And then I have lofty dreams now, and I realize, oh shit, we're up leveling. It's not anymore like, oh, I want a house and I want like a kid, or I don't know, what do people my age want? I don't know anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't want those things.
Right.
And it has felt so isolating because I'm like, fuck, that whole narrative I was sold as a child, I want nothing to do with it. I want to do porn. I want to create things. I want to up and leave whenever I want to. Get Morty, pack my bag, and just go.
Yeah.
And
get Morty, pack my
bag. Yeah. And so, fuck yeah, I'm going to have these lofty goals because everything else would just be routine.
Right.
Grocery shopping. I mean, I'm happy in a routine, but fuck, life is what you make it.
Life's what you make.
What was the question? So do I like him?
This is therapy with Katie.
Yes,
you need to really get to the deepness of what you're feeling.
I really like him, but I do find I was a little like, I wonder, because if you look back in my Instagram, there was one thing where I said, the only deal breaker I have is you have to believe in me. And like, that was so specific. And I'm like, oh, universe, are you trying to show me something? Because I'm stuck in this place of dating of like, when is something gonna, like, is it just gonna feel right away, or is it something that you build?
It can be both.
Right?
So I think it depends on the person, the situation. Because I feel like it can also be somebody that you don't think that you were going to build something with, that you end up building something with. And you're like, I really like them. And I didn't expect that to happen.
But I also think
like those circumstances happen.
I also think that I could just go on like a world fuck tour and not ever settle down for like a couple years.
Fuck tour.
World fuck tour by Lex Lee.
Lex Lee 2021.
Yeah. Like fuck a different guy in every state, every country, every zip code. Yeah. But the thing is, what's really happening to me right now is, I like when I like the person. Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. And if you do a fuck tour, you're probably not gonna, I mean, you might develop a connection with them, but it's not gonna be like,
I'm gonna go on a world fuck tour to develop a connection.
No. It happens. You have one night stands and then end up dating that person. It's the exact same thing.
Oh. I want to do it like every state has to give their best option to me.
You go and you pick out of a line.
Yeah, like a pageant, but I fuck them.
If a guy was saying this on a podcast, I know, every woman would be like, what the fuck? But
that's the kind of feminism you're gonna get from me is I want
I'm fine by it.
I want it all. I would love the reverse. These are the reparations that I'm seeking.
Yes. I love that. Can we get back to weed though? Before I get really high.
I know.
During the middle of that, I was like, wait, either my face is really hot because I'm turned on, or I'm so high. And I think I'm so high. Let's enjoy. Okay, but also for those of you watching on the video, because I'm actually gonna edit this one and have it up. My eyeshadow looks so fucking good. Just everybody take a peek. I spent maybe 20 minutes, wasn't even that long, but it's great.
Beautiful.
I loved it.
I
Okay.
had to lift off my red shades so I could really appreciate it.
And you
Is my
already
mic on?
appreciated it earlier.
My
Yes.
mic is on. Are we recording?
on. Is this thing on? Do you have anything to smoke? Let's smoke something.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I do a joint, a pipe, or a bong?
Please do a bong because
Okay.
I need to learn about bongs before I get too fucking high.
Okay. So this is my bong. It's kind of messy. I cleaned her like 2 days ago, so it's got a little bit of a cloud moment, but this is my bong. It's called a
How
beaker
often?
bong. They're
How often do you
very
have to clean them.
I clean mine. I mean, honestly, you should do it like every 2 to 3 days, but I do like a once a week moment. Because it just gets this like this nasty ring around it with crap on it, and it's just yeah. But if you have something to smoke at home, let's smoke up.
Oh, join us. You should have already been doing it though if you're smart. Damn.
I fucking love weed.
I deserve a bong.
You do. Oh my God. Here's the thing. We'll just start with bongs because I was going to start grinder pipe, whatever, but we're talking about bongs. Bongs are incredible because the water literally filters, or I'm sorry, the smoke filters in through the water before it comes up into your lungs. So it's cool. It's not like as hot. Like if you do a pipe, if you do a joint, it's going to be really hot on your throat. A bong, you can't fucking feel that shit. So I can,
what?
I can take a real treat. You stack this shit with ice.
Ice? Oh,
it's so cold.
Sorry,
when I go and sit in the sun, I fucking load this baby with ice, load
I
my
need a
water
bong.
with ice, and it's just I have to take another hit.
I really need. I need to get a bong. I didn't know that it was cool, because that is one thing.
I can't feel that at all.
That's so insane.
Like nothing. It doesn't even.
Why don't they advertise it? Bongs. It's not hot.
It's not hot, but you're high. And I mean, that's the thing that I love about bongs because I have asthma. So honestly, like I shouldn't be smoking as much as I do, but YOLO. And bongs really help with like, it's just not as harsh on my throat and on my lungs. What did I write down for bongs? Yeah, water cools down the smoke, bigger hits, bigger clouds of smoke. And you can take like, you could smoke like a gram bowl and not really even feel it in your throat if you have enough water in there and if it's a good bong. There's a lot of different types of bongs. Bongs are really easily broken. I like I think it's called a beaker bong because they look like a science beaker.
It does.
And the other ones, they kind of have like, it almost looks like my mic, where the bottom of it has like a base like this, and then it goes up. And when I've had those, I find that if I'm cleaning it or what have you, I fucking break the shit out of it. And when you're buying a bong, you should be spending anywhere between like $40 and $150. Like spend money on it and make sure that the glass is thick so that if you're banging it around or you knock it over, it's not just shattering, because it's always sad. And the fun thing about bongs too is that you can get different bowl pieces, and you can also get dab pieces. She's puking, it's fine. Not really. What if you just started throwing up?
Don't. Now it's in my head.
No, don't. It's fine.
Oh no, it's on my teeth.
It's probably just some resin. A little bit of resin moment. Yeah, so bongs are a really preferred method for me of smoking. Pipes, there's something about, this is a pipe that I just cleaned, so she's really clean and it looks amazing. The thing about pipes,
Hold for Morty. Come here, buddy.
hold for Morty.
Hold for Morty.
You little poo-poo head.
We're doing a podcast. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up.
Love it. So pipes, they remind me of like smoking when I turned 18. Like that. Oh my God, she pulled her dog into the shot, and I'm so high that I'm gonna cry on this podcast.
You love cute things.
But he especially is just like, he's really cute and a pillow at the same time. Like he looks like a pillow, or like a blanket. I love him. He's great. But anyway, So pipes remind me of like smoking back in the day. I don't really smoke out of pipes. I found my pipes the other day and I cleaned them and it was really fun. And I smoked out of one. And the reason that I don't prefer pipes is because the cherries can get into your mouth of like the bowls, like when you burn the full thing out, it can like come through and get into your mouth. They're also really hot and harsh. And I don't, there's something about smoking out of a pipe that it's just like, oh, you've never smoked weed before? And not that I like, you need to be like a weed connoisseur, but I don't know, me and pipes. But pros about pipes is that you can take them anywhere. So like, let's say I want to like, go somewhere, but I don't have a joint on me or I don't have as much as I want to roll a joint. You can bring a pipe pretty much anywhere. And that is why a pipe is good. Oh, I'm so fucking high, you guys.
Really high. And
This is
I
about to
do
get
take-
increasingly.
I do take my pipe with me.
And you're new to smoking weed, so you use a pipe. It's like a
Yeah.
thing. Like newer. Oh my
This
god,
is
is that
my
your
weed
little green
box.
box? That's so
Isn't it
freaking
cute? It smells, or it's like odorless.
Love it. I thought you were gonna say it smells like weed, and I was gonna say, yeah, I hope so.
It's how
I
you
hope
can get your
so.
weed on a plane.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
great. Now they're going to know. They're
Allegedly.
going to put me on a no-fly
You
list.
haven't tried it yet, but you imagine that
I
if you
am
did.
from Minnesota now.
I'm from I can see. What did she say? I can see a moose from my house. I don't
I
even
can
know.
see Russia from my house.
Why did I go moose?
Well, because it made sense.
Like she
to
can
you.
see a moose from her house. I would
can
imagine wherever
see
she
my
lives.
pussy in my shorts.
I want to see my pussy in your mouth. Okay.
Mm.
So pipes, yep, so you can get the cherries in your mouth, blah blah blah. And also if you pack like a big bowl of a pipe, it can start to like the top part will burn and then you want to get to the end and it kind of tastes like ash. So for me, pipe, not my preferred method of smoking. If it's yours, it's okay. Do your thing. Get
I think
high.
it's mine only because I don't have a bong.
Got you. And
But
now
again, I'm new. I'm new to the game.
You are. I'm now going to hit my pipe.
Oh, I love this show. Watch Katie get high.
Oh, look, it's like filled up with smoke. It was clear before. Back to clear.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, that's
fun.
cool.
I love it. It's a fun one. And it kind of this swirly part with the orange in it reminds me of like a unicorn horn, you know?
It is.
Oh my god, I literally look like a unicorn right now, you guys. I'm so fucking high. Okay.
What's the worst high partner? What's the high stereotype to have? Like, I don't know.
know.
The one
Probably-
that talks too much?
Someone who talks through the shows, even though that's me. Like if we're watching something, shut the fuck up. Please.
I started to do that because I was watching that movie with that guy and I wanted to ask him a question. And then I realized I would fucking hate it if somebody asked me a question.
I feel like if it's a guy, it's different. But if like a couple of gal pals, like if we're actually though, I don't really know. Like, I don't know. If I'm high, I'm not gonna care. Everything's
you
chill.
wanna
So I'm
know
gonna be
this?
like, you know what, dude? Yeah, what?
I don't know when I have to put it in my like dating bio, maybe that I like to watch things with subtitles.
Oh, I do too.
And so this
oh my God,
movie
yes.
that we were watching where he stopped to eat me out.
Yeah.
No subtitles.
So basically, you're like,
No
you're
idea
saying,
what's happening.
"Guding gaben gisting gunging blah, zina duty being a guy," and you're like, what? Are they speaking? It's like Sims. It like doesn't make any sense.
That was so
Guding steedy guy, and you're like, what are they saying? I need to read it.
And
I really
think
understand.
I think it might make or break us if I ask him to put subtitles on.
You know what? If he's not willing to put subtitles on, he's not worth
Shouldn't put it
his
in
dick
my
getting
ass.
sucked.
He had me
or even
buy
that.
a vibrating butt plug,
He did?
but we haven't used it yet.
I love that. Okay, wait, back to weed.
Sorry, be
We're gonna-
weed, no
we're
butt
gonna-
plugs. No butt plugs.
No, we love
So-
blood. We love them. I said a
I'm
blood
so
plug.
high.
Blood
Love butt
plug.
plugs, but I love weed more. Okay.
I just know that if we start on butt plugs, I'm never
We're
gonna get
not.
through it.
We
And then
won't.
everyone's gonna be like, "You promised me a 420 show and talked about your asshole the
Butt
whole
plugs.
time." And
Weed,
I'm like,
honey. Go back to weed.
okay, weed. So we've done our pipe, we've done our bong. Let's move on to joints and blunts. So I smoked blunts for 10 years. I loved blunts. I love blunts. but I quit smoking blunts. But the one you have is a pre-roll that you bought from a dispensary, correct?
Correct.
So then that does not have any tobacco in it. I was
does not.
smoking, I was getting swishers, and I would get the tobacco out and roll them. I just really heard myself swallow. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
It was really loud.
I can feel the inside of your body.
Ooh.
Boom, 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 boom.
Everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck is that podcast?
Do we care?
It's so hot. Are you hot?
No, but I feel like I feel like everyone should be high right now listening to this. Like I want you to promo this episode a little bit on Monday and say, you guys get ready, and you have to at about like 14 minutes. That's when you should be high. Or I don't know, whatever it takes. So plan ahead. Tell them plan ahead.
Plan ahead, everybody. Even though they're listening now.
They're listening now. You can play this clip though sooner.
Yes.
It's going to require you to do
a little bit of work, a little chippy choppy. Yeah,
I know.
Chip chop to the top till you don't stop, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bop. Okay, so let's
let's do it. Let's fall in love.
Back to
Is it a joint or a blunt?
We're still talking about blunts.
Girl blunt. I only smoke girl blunts.
Remember when you sent me that song?
No, because I thought, there was one girl I know that loves blunts, and that's Katie motherfucking Thompson. Do you like that? That's your identifier.
I'm so high.
Big titty girl who likes blunts, Disney, ghosts.
I'm your Disney stoner ghost princess.
Yes. And I'm a witch alien cowgirl stoner.
Can I tell you something? When you, and I'll go back to the blunts after this, when you were on your Instagram and you said magic, but it was spelled with a CK, right? And I was like, I should probably text her. She spelled magic wrong. And then I was like, wait, you know what? This is probably more than I understand. So then I Googled it, and they're two completely different things. So like there's magic where it's like, I am doing illusions and I pulled this rabbit out of a hat. And then there's using the elements around you in manifestation to create different things in your life. And that was very eye-opening to me of like, and it was to Morty as well, but yeah, okay. Just wanted to tell you that. So
you wanted to tell me that you thought I was wrong, and then you looked for yourself. I love this story.
No, I thought originally, not that you were wrong. I just thought to myself, like, I'd be so embarrassed if I spelled it wrong. Let me let her know, because I'm always like worried.
I want you to look out for me.
Yeah,
I love people
and
like
it wasn't in like a rude way. It was in like man, I would hate
I could
to
never
have spelled,
take it in a rude way.
Because
you know what I would have done? I would have just said, hey, look it up and you'll like the difference. And then we would have been here again.
Exactly. Okay, blunts. So you can get blunt wraps without tobacco in them. I'm not a huge fan. They're very harsh to me, in my opinion. I was gonna say,
it feels like I'm smoking a tree.
That's the thing.
Like Groot from from Guardians of the Galaxy, which
Groot's
by the way,
dick.
the fucking comparison, you were asking all of us what your fictional character was, and the fact that you were compared to the raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy is really fucking accurate, and I was really impressed with that one. What's his name?
Rocket.
Voiced by my lover and my butt pleaser, Bradley Cooper.
All right, so blunts are incredible. If you are going to do swishers, I would suggest getting a blunt splitter, or if you have like long
What's a blunt splitter?
It's like this little round thing that you put the blunt through, and it literally splits it for you so that you can gut the tobacco out of it. There's two different types of wraps you can get. You can get a swisher, which is filled with tobacco. It's a cigarillo. Or you can get an empty wrap, which is just like the wrap around a straw. I find that it was easier to wrap when it already had the tobacco in it because it holds the shape of like a C cone, and then it's split. You fill your weed inside, lick it, and redo it. God, I'm salivating thinking about them. Or there's like the wraps, and it's kind of more of like rolling your own joint style. So it's a little bit more challenging. So that's why I would just really easily do her leg just made an entire over appearance.
I wish I could show you what I'm sitting on. I just shot my first porno and I'm sitting on this fallen set and
love it.
Yeah.
I
And when I
love
say
it so
porno, oh, sorry. It's
she's getting the butt plug out.
no, shut up. Although I want to tell you guys more about this show that I shot, this porno / show. It's like it's a show and a porn all in one. It's a very confusing show. It's going to make you like, you're going to learn something and you're also going to get a boner and it's going to be like, what's happening here?
I love
and it's called Lex Education, by the way.
Which also, like,
I know.
Well done. Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely
so
well done.
But what was I gonna say? I'm so fucking high.
I'm so hot. Like
You're hot?
My skin is like literally warm. My laugh now is just a pure wheeze. It's just like
I'm like, okay, you know what's gross is like I wake up now and I like hawkered, and when I'm like, is this my life now? Am I like goes,
you know what? You asked me what I don't like about like stoner traits. I don't like the big coughers that sound disgusting.
I've lost connection.
Oh no, our headphones have come out.
Houston, come in.
Oh, you bet.
I'm
Get
back.
you ahead of me.
Oh my fucking god.
Gotten you ahead of me.
In space.
Your
stoner trait you hate.
Yeah, when there's like a nasty cougher. Somebody who like takes a hit and then they're just like
yeah,
but it sounds wet. Or somebody who makes the end of a joint or blunt wet. I don't know what you're doing with your mouth, but make sure that you don't have lip gloss on if we're passing this blunt around, and also don't spit all over it.
Oh, this is one thing I'm learning because I started getting high during the pandemic. There is nobody to pass the blunt to.
Honestly.
So so by the end of it, I did notice, I'm like, oh, this one is particularly wet. Lex, well, but I tend to do this. My lips are so big and they're beautiful and they're juicy and stuff that I love to just stick the joint there and like walk around with it. I mean, I was by myself. No
you're like, I'm like a cowboy. I get you.
Yeah, I am a fucking cowboy. It's so
I feel
awesome.
I understand. So then it just gets really wet. But yeah, that's definitely one of my.
Like if you're sharing, fucking clean it up.
Yeah. No.
Clean that shit up.
Yeah, definitely. So with joints, actually with blunts, let me say my tips. Oh, I did already. Okay, great. Oh, cook. But for you, if you have like just rolled yourself a blunt, cook the end of it. Like take a lighter and here, I'll show you on a makeup brush. Let's hope I don't set it on fire. This is my blunt. You just like, you cook it. Like literally like cook it like this and it'll like harden it. So it's a nice firm smoke, and then just do that on the end so that it doesn't get soggy.
Drying it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nobody wants a soggy tip. And then with joints are honestly now my most preferred method of smoking. Method of smoking. It's the like cleanest, if you will. Oh my god.
I would think that bongs are.
Well, but they're nasty. Like the water. Well, like I mean, the down stem gets black and disgusting, and there's only so much you can do to get it clean. Like I've put so much cleaner through this, and it just doesn't. And you get all the resin on the inside of the bong or in the bowl. So like that's kind of like gross.
So
like,
I would have to get
gross
bongs that I would frequently change because I don't think I can handle that.
It just gets kind of nasty.
To be perfect.
Right. And that's why joints are so easy.
That's
true. I look at this pink joint. It's pink.
I want to get that.
It's from Blazy Susan. They're these cones that I got that I'm obsessed with.
They're so cute.
They're so
like fucking cute.
They're freaking pink.
Do they have other colors? Can you pick like just pink? I mean, pink's a great one.
But like
I love purple ones. Oof.
You literally fill the cone, and it's so simple because I honestly am not that great at just like freehand rolling joints. They're a little loose when I do it. So I'd rather just have something that's going to smoke, because one of the downsides, in my opinion, to joints versus blunts is that joints don't stay lit as well. Blunts will not go out on you, but if it's a windy day and you're smoking a joint, that shit will go out, and that is, I don't like that. It's really, but another
especially because I bring them camping, and I'm
That
like,
is-
what is happening?
yeah.
I
Why
need to
can't I
light
keep
me
lit?
blunt. No, my joint.
I have I have a thing I want to say,
Yes.
and I don't know why I had to interrupt now, so I'll do it later. Hold on. Oh no! Wait, I also like how this is. It sounds different, doesn't it?
It does sound
It sounds cool.
I don't know about cool.
Oh. That would sound really cool. That's not really great.
Oh, it doesn't sound like that to me, but
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be landing soon. If you can please put your
Go back to
seats
your
up in
fucking
the upright
seats.
position and your tray tables,
Tray
that would be great.
table.
Thank you.
I want to be on a plane so bad, and I want to get fucked on a plane.
I don't want to be on a plane, and I don't want to get fucked on one. I don't love traveling. I'm not like I don't want to go places. I want to go.
You know what the best traveling is?
Hmm.
In your mind palace with your drugs.
Yeah, that's why I don't need to travel. I'm constantly doing it with how much weed I fucking
fine.
smoke. I should light this joint now that I was talking about it. But another thing with joints, with getting them to stay lit longer, is to grind your weed up really fine. Like if you have a plastic grinder, it's not going to grind it up as fine, and it's going to go out more inside of a joint.
I have a metal one.
I love the metal ones. I also would encourage getting one that has a keef collector on the bottom. This is mine. I just got a new one. Somebody bought it for me on my Amazon wish list. Thank you so much. So sweet. And it's really big. It's bigger than my usual one, so it really like grinds up a ton. I really
have a tiny
enjoying
one,
it.
but now I want a big one.
It's so easy. And I thought that I was getting a normal size, but then I got like an extra large one, and I'm like, all right, let's fucking grind this shit. But that's a tip with rolling joints. And if you're not good at rolling joints, get raw cones or get like Blazy Susan. Google like rolling cones. They're literally open. You fill them, you pack it down. It's a great smoke, and it's very easy, and I very much like them. So I'm going to light this joint now and then talk about vape pens.
Oh God, do we have to?
You don't like vape pens?
Well, it's like this. I've transcended the need for those things. Because I was just gonna, because the thing I wanted to say earlier was the idea of what I love about adding smoking into my life is the ritual aspect of it. You know, the grinding, the rolling, which I don't roll my own, but even just the act of sitting down, taking time, lighting
the intention that you put into it.
Because you have to like be an active person in the lighting of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not such an instant gratification thing. It is let's sit down, especially if you're doing a pipe or a bong or any method that brings you really into the element.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the reasons why I don't like vapes anymore is because it's removed the ritual.
I see.
It's just become the thing you snack on. So you're never going to get as high, or that's been my experience.
Well, yeah, no.
It's not the same. It's like a great gateway, sure, but when you really want the happiness and bliss of weed, it's not just the smoking, it's the ritual around the whole thing. You've created a life that's way more zen now.
True. However, I don't always have access to flour. So I'm like, I want my pen in my bag at all times. Or it's also just straight for like, if like you can't bring flour somewhere, then you can like have a pen and you can hit it and it's like not a problem. And yeah, it doesn't.
Is that true?
I mean,
can
I
smoke it anywhere? Because I have. Yeah. I mean, as much as I was talking shit on it now, it's like
if you're outside, don't like hit it inside of a restaurant. I mean, or you probably could and be fine. But like, I mean,
can I do it at Disneyland?
No, you cannot bring it to Disneyland. And they know now. They know the brands. I've tried. I literally brought in a vape pen and they're like, you can't bring this. And I was like, it's nicotine. And he was like, no, this is this brand and I know it's weed. And I was like, okay, do you want to throw it out? And he's like, yeah. I was like, all right.
Oh.
It was a $15 disposable, so like I didn't really care, and it was like at the end of it. But yeah, no, you can't bring them into Disneyland. but just eat a bunch of edibles and smoke before you go. You know, it's fine.
I love these tips on life.
Yeah. Well, and also with and I told this on my friend Emily's podcast that she just started, Who the Fuck Knows with Emily Rose. And I was telling her about, it's so cute. I was telling her about me getting caught at Disneyland smoking weed. And I've told it a million times, but I hit my pipe going into the parking structure. And when we got there were bikes all around the car, and I got out like 15 Disneyland policemen, and I got out and they were really mad. And I was like, it was a vape pen. And they're like, it was a yellow pipe. And I was like, it was a yellow pipe. Yes. And then I like got on my knees and I was like, please don't take me to Disneyland. Don't take my pass away.
On your knees.
I literally,
I'm gonna write that
crying.
porn. I'm gonna write that porn. Don't put me in Disney jail, Daddy.
I'll watch it. But yeah, so I don't fuck with Disney and weed because I don't want to get my shit taken away, and I just don't want to get banned.
You love your Disney.
Yeah, because you get banned for a year if you break the rules, and I don't have that kind of mental capacity. So no. Yeah. Now moving on to dabs and wax. If you really want to get so fucking high, get some fucking wax. Your average marijuana is going to be anywhere from 19 to 40% THC. The weed that you're going to get at the dispensary is going to be like 19 to 29 to 33%. I don't really see anything higher. If you want to get something higher, find a grower, and that is really a great way to buy your weed. Another
Wait, I want to do that. Dabs.
Dabs. Thank you so much. I'm so fucking high, y'all. So with dabs, there's so many different ways to do it. You can get a bong attachment, like I was mentioning earlier. You can also get a Nectar Collector, which is how I like it. It is basically this glass dome. Let me grab it. So the Nectar Collector, it's like this, and it's got like a little circle, and it holds the water.
Oh my God, holy witchcraft. That's gorgeous. What's that?
A Nectar Collector. This bottom part is the part that you heat up. You heat it up with a blowtorch. They sell like tiny fancy blowtorches at all smoke shops and whatever. Do yourself a favor. Go to Home Depot or Lowe's and just literally get a fucking propane tank and the attachment to put on it. It's like $6 and will last you like 6 months. And it's just like the other ones, like you got to refill the fucking butane and like the whatever. And so just fucking get a propane tiny tank and go at it, and ask the men at Home Depot to help you.
Oh my God, I love asking men at Home Depot for things.
I don't.
You know what I do? I get the best service when I go in there, no bra.
But see, that like I hate that whole thing.
Well, then here, I did get a little karma back in my face. I got into the elevator to go back to my car, and I was with Morty, and this guy was like, what's his name? And I said, his name's Morty. And then as we walk out, and he goes, and what's your name? And I said, my name is none of your business. Because, them titties. But again, it's like this. I'm allowed to put my nipples out, and
right.
You just have to do all your little mind Olympics to understand if I want you to flirt with me. That's it. That's it.
You fucking figure it out.
You gotta figure it out. And if you're wrong, I will. No.
Not happening.
That's the thing. It's like the shitty things can be said by the right guy, and if it's right, then it works. And then if I hate you, don't even look at me.
Don't fucking talk to me, you son of a bitch. So with this, you heat up the bottom, and this is why I like the Nectar Collector. You heat the bottom up, and then you literally just stick it into the wax and suck, and it's like a bong, and it cools off the smoke on the inside, and it's great. And yeah, you can do that. You can get the bong attachment, or you can get just a dab rig, like just a strictly. I used to have one of those, but I got rid of it, and I really like this option now.
Okay, I guess I'm like really high, or I just didn't listen. What goes into that thing?
Nothing, just water.
That's water in there.
This is water. I mean, it has like wax
I think when it's
residue.
Called the Nectar Collector, I'm like, is this girl making sugar water?
Well, no, because it's from fruit. It's collecting the nectar, which is the wax, and
Where do you put the wax?
It's in a container. You literally just suck.
Where does it go?
you heat up this part, the nail. The nail is how it gets into your lungs. So the nail heats up, and then you put the nail onto the wax, and the wax heats up, and then it sucks it in like a bong. It's like the same thing as burning.
Oh,
the
so you do
marijuana.
attach something to the bottom of that, like the wax?
No, I
No,
literally,
fuck, I don't
no,
understand.
this is the wax. My hand is the wax, and I've heated the bottom up, and now I'm gonna take a hit. So I literally put this into the wax like this, and I
I
suck.
wouldn't say put it in your hand like that though.
Well, no, this is the wax. It's not my
I
hand.
know, but where would you put the wax? Is it in a bowl?
It's
Is
in a
it
container. When you buy it, it comes in a glass container.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm fucking. I can't understand things.
No, but I mean, for the people who don't know what wax is, that's great because I did not explain that. It comes in like a tiny little, like a lip gloss container that's glass, and then you just literally stick it in there and suck, and it's fantastic. And then the other method is where you scoop it out and you heat up the nail or the glass bowl and you put it into it. Or you can just take the wax and you can put it into blunts, you can put it into joints, you can put it on your bowls and it'll just melt into it, and you can do it that way. I don't think I made my point earlier when I was saying the percentages. Wax is 70 to 90% THC. So you're going to get fucking blasted. If you are at a party and you have never taken a dab before, don't fucking do it. You are going to puke and you're going to get so high and literally drool. That's the biggest thing that happens if I take a massive dab. I cannot control the amount of saliva in my mouth. Let me tell you, that's fucking worth it. You get so fucking baked. It's amazing. But like, just don't do it first time at a party, because it's also so much at one time that you can puke. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to warn you. Maybe try it
At
just
home.
you and somebody else for the first time. I just don't
So
want
when you
anybody
feel
embarrassing
safe
themselves.
around.
Yeah. Like I have literally had to like go to the sink because I'm like salivating after it just because it's so much. But after the uncomfortableness happens,
Then you're like, yeah.
you're so high for like 4 hours and it's fucking fantastic. It's just incredible.
You know, I showed you the dab
The dab
pen that
daddy.
I had, and I added it to my joints, but I wouldn't say I got that high.
It may have been, there's all different types of wax.
Okay.
So the way that they like take it out, they're all different types of like percentages. So that could have been like a 40% or like a 50% THC. I buy the ones that are really high in THC when I am like taking dabs. But like sometimes wax can be lower, but the better wax is like really high THC. You can really get high. I've had like issues where when I go to bars or like when I hang out with people and they take hits of my blunts, they get really sick because I fucking put so much wax in it. So now my shit, I'm like, there's so much concentrate in this. If you have not had concentrate before, do not hit this.
Don't share with me.
Like it.
That's actually really cool.
Yep. So like if you're looking to take it,
you look at someone, you'd be like, no, I don't think you can handle that.
I don't think you can take, and they're like, no, I can, and they're literally like,
You just can't sit with us.
And they're like throwing up and shit. You know, it's like, oh, sorry about that. Whoopsie.
Well, like that girl Michaela that I keep referencing now.
Mhm.
She wants to smoke me out, and I'm like, I want to do like a proper one where
Yes.
I go with the intention of literally being so high.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't do that frequently enough. Like I get high a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot throughout the day.
Yeah.
But I don't like do sessions where I'm about to get really high and like talk to God.
Ooh, you should have like a meditation like.
I do that with
moment.
mushrooms.
Okay.
Actually, I do that with weed too.
Yeah.
But
Mix
where it's just
them.
not so much. I
Yeah.
don't smoke a ton or take a ton of edibles.
Got you. I take a
I'm not
ton of edibles. Edibles. Let's talk about edibles. Great segue. Thank you
They're
so
the
much.
best.
I fucking love
You're
edibles so much. They are perfect in my opinion. They really, really chill you out. They just like, they taste yummy if you get the right ones. There's all different types. There's chocolates, there's gummies, there's like cocoa beans, there's drinks, there's like granola bars, anything, peach rings, anything that you can think of that has been turned into a Rice Krispie treats, like all of it. You can goldfish and lollipops. The list goes on and it never ends. They come, I have to cough, hold on. They come in different, well, no, they don't come in different THC amounts. If you're getting them at the dispensary, they're only going to come in 100 milligram amounts. This bag did not come from a dispensary. I buy from a grower. And they're only going to be 100 milligrams. So each one of them is going to be like 10 milligrams THC, but that's usually enough for most people. My tolerance, I've literally been smoking for 10 years. So my tolerance is just insane. And I've not quite ever really taken a break. So I, just blaze it, 420 every day. Smoke weed every day.
Oh, wait, every day.
With edibles, they're just fun because you can really get you can get really high and like really into movies and stuff. I got so high last night off of these 500 milligram edibles that I could not stop thinking about trees. I was almost crying because you were on Instagram yesterday. I literally did an Instagram story about how I can't stop thinking about trees. I literally got off Instagram. I was crying because I was so overwhelmed with the thought of trees. I will cry again. They're so like pretty and like majestic, and they start out so tiny and they get so big and so strong, and like they have like feelings and stuff, and then like sometimes they like
They have seen a lot of shit. They have seen it all.
What really like took me to the emotional part of it was when I found out that the reason that there's holes in trees is sometimes because the trees get sick and they have wood rot, or like insects or stuff are eating them from the inside. So that's why like they have holes in them that things like live in. I just thought that like some trees had holes in them, but they don't. That's usually how they get there. And I was like crying over these trees. I was so high. One time I saw my neighbor cut down a tree that was perfectly healthy, and I cried for like 2 hours. I was so sad because I saw him like really chopping it and like really going at it. And I was just so sad for it. I understand you don't like the tree, but the tree didn't do anything to you. But anyway, your mic's not on.
Because I was trying to cover up that I was eating trail mix. I'm really hungry. I talk to my plants.
I love that. And they love that.
They love it. And they're looking a little sad today, so I do need to give them a bit of
a little
attention.
talking, a little water.
Mm-hmm. But when I do have to prune them,
Mm-hmm.
I do say, I'm so sorry, I'm not hurting
Have
you.
to.
We'll just, in order for you to grow really big and strong, we have to cut away the things that aren't helping you anymore.
It's like us going to the doctor. It's uncomfortable sometimes, but you gotta do the maintenance. To keep stuff happening.
Baby. Maintenance.
So I know that we've been talking for just so long, but I just wanted to read a few of y'all's questions, and I also wanted to share the poll results that I did on my Instagram story.
I want to order a pizza. I wish I started the episode with like,
I've been craving pizza for so long. Oh my God, I want it
too.
I love it. Okay. So I asked Instagram, what's your favorite way to smoke? 45% of you said pipe, 55% of you said bong, so bong being the more preferred method. What's your favorite paper to smoke? Joints won at 69%, 69, ayo! And blunts coming in at 31%. Which would you rather smoke, indica or sativa? Indica winning at 59% and sativa at 41%. Pretty close though.
I'm an indica girl as well.
Same all the way. Would you rather grind your weed or use your fingers? 68% of people said that they would grind it, and 32% of people said that they would use their fingers. I also got a lot of responses saying it depends on what I'm doing, and I do understand that because sometimes I just break it up with my fingers if I'm going to smoke a bowl. But I do find that I get higher if I grind it up. I just feel like it really burns through completely, and you don't waste as much weed having like little cherry of weed. Jesus. And this is the choose your favorite strain part of it. Choose your favorite strain. Let's start with indica. It was Hefe, OG, or Bubba Kush. Bubba Kush won 80%. Pick your favorite indica strain again. Granddaddy Purple or Purple Kush. Purple Kush won 62%. And then I did Northern Lights or Godfather OG, Northern Lights winning at 74%. And then we did Sativa, Blue Dream, or Lemon Haze. I think it's obvious which one won. Of course, it was Blue Dream. Then we did Jack Hare.
The weed Olympics.
We did Jack Hare or Green Crack. This one was really close. Jack Hare won at 51%. Green Crack was at 49%. We then did Sour Diesel and Strawberry Cough. Sour Diesel really won at 65%. Strawberry Cough at 35%.
I want to try Sour Diesel.
It's good. I've tried it. I like that one. I I just get so paranoid if it's not a full indica. So I usually steer clear.
Your hair is
and then-
so cute.
Thank you so much. And then you guys asked some questions, so I wanted to just read those really quickly. Someone asked, what's the best way to consume your weed? Well, scroll back in the episode and listen to all the different methods that I told you. I already told you my preferred is a joint and an edible.
Yeah,
sure.
I like to layer my tummy with the edible.
Yes, and then take a
And then
joint to
add
go.
in the
Yeah.
you know, and then I also I have to have a drink.
Yes.
So mine's usually Topo Chico or
Ooh.
LaCroix, or
Yes.
currently everyone, it is Gerolsteiner sparkling natural mineral water.
Mineral water.
Mineral water, because of the problem that she had earlier, which was it's a little hot. The
It's
joint is
hot.
hot.
A little hot on the throat, you know.
Hot on the
You
throat.
gotta have a nice refreshing drink nearby if you're blazing. It's what's gotta happen. My co-host from They Were on a Break podcast asked, what's the highest that you've ever been? Do you have a highest you've ever been story?
Yeah, and it's generally because it was the early days.
Okay.
And it was an edible. It's like everybody's edible story.
Yeah, it happens.
Christmas Eve at
Ooh.
Mass at my
Ooh.
grandmother's house. I could not get up to get communion because I was so high. My brother, we were both in college, but he was a senior. I was a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, I got this cookie for you. Just take a quarter.
You ate the whole thing.
I don't think I ate the whole thing, but I ate a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I should have noticed that if something was wrong, because when it became dinner time, because I think it was like a midnight mass situation, but not quite midnight. It was probably like a 10:30 p.m. Christmas mass.
Yeah.
And at 7 p.m. and we're at the dinner table, my grandmother, my mother, my brother, and me, and I'm choking on our dinner, which was soup. I can't stop laughing because I don't even know what we were talking about, but I know they were all staring at me. I can like kind of remember them.
But it's also like
at me.
It's when you're that type of high where you're so high where you're just like every person on the planet is looking at me right now. And
Yes, and when it's your first time getting high ever.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why did you decide for the very first time that you're ever going to get high to do it on Christmas Eve at your grandma's house?
I was ambitious. I don't know. I think it was the fact that because I don't usually have my brother and I went to different colleges, and I didn't have him, and I thought, oh, he's gonna have my back. I'm gonna be fine. Homeboy did not have my back. Like, I love my brother. Don't get me wrong, but he completely panicked, didn't know what to do. So I'm in mass and I'm losing it because at this mass they have a children's choir that is not really a children's choir. It is just some kindergarten class who practiced like for maybe the day before.
10 minutes.
So they are terrible. I'm high as shit. And I keep not hallucinating, but my head is in my hands and I keep thinking, I gotta make it to the bathroom. Gotta get to the bathroom.
Why?
And I don't know, because I was like, it's safe in here. And I think at one point, my brother, I think I kind of remember him just whispering to my mom, give her the keys to the car, like, so she can just go. Like, just because he doesn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
He's like, I think we both like said, oh, maybe it was my period. Or something. I don't know. Something dumb. And so I had to.
Did your mom know?
Not until years later. My mom was quite naive.
Okay.
Because we weren't like.
You didn't do it often.
No.
Right.
And it wasn't until much later. But I will say, everybody is entitled to an edible story. Their first edible story going terribly wrong.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I actually have not had that bad of an experience with edibles. I did, however, once smoke so much Blue Dream that, and when I started smoking weed, it was this whole thing where I said, like, I'm never gonna smoke alone. I'm never gonna be a stoner. Also, cut back to high school, I fucking hated weed. I thought people who smoked weed were fucking disgusting.
Same here, girl.
What a gross drug. You want to smell like a skunk? Ew. You wanna live on the couch?
You're a loser. You burn out.
Wow, I can't believe you're gonna waste your life smoking marijuana. Then cut to now where I've smoked weed for 10 years.
Sponsorships.
Hello, marijuana. No, but fuck, what am I talking about? Help. Oh, I smoked so much Blue Dream. And this was
Thank
like
God
maybe
you
my
remembered.
first
I
or
didn't.
second time. I can't believe that I did, honestly. It was like my first or second time smoking alone. And I just took about 3 bowls of Blue Dream absolutely to the lungs. And I went to my room and I was like, I have to call 911. I'm gonna die.
Sorry.
I'm going to
Laughing.
die. No, it's hilarious. I was like, I'm gonna die. So I went and grabbed the home phone. I remember I was looking at it and I was like, this is probably a bad idea, but like I'm dying.
I'm gonna die.
Like I like if I don't tell somebody, like I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
And then I woke up the next morning just holding the phone. And I thought to myself, I'm so happy I fell asleep and didn't call 911 from my home phone.
Oh, God.
My parents did not know that I smoked weed at the time. I was like 17, 18. Like this was right when I had just started smoking. And I was terrified that they were just going to get so mad at me and blah, blah, blah. I mean, they weren't happy when they found out about it, but like they don't care now.
Right.
But yeah, that was probably the highest that I've ever been. I was gonna give 911 a quick like, hey guys, I'm gonna die. Like, what was I gonna say?
I know,
To
Jesus.
the 911 operator. What the
I'm
fuck
gonna
was I gonna
die.
say to her? Like, no. Let me answer a few more questions because we've been recording for so long now that like you're all like, please, oh my god. Have you tried Jay and Silent Bob's weed? No, I have not, but I would love to. What kind would you recommend for someone who's never smoked? I would say like a pre-roll, maybe just like a 20% pre-roll, an indica, maybe smoke a bowl, do it with friends, just, have like a nice time. I wouldn't suggest starting with an edible because sometimes it's not controllable.
It's Christmas Eve mass.
Yeah, it's just you can't control that high. Like even
and
though
you
it says,
forget that that's what you've done to yourself.
yeah, it's 2 hours later and you're like, wait,
Oh, shit,
what?
what's happening?
Yeah. Indica or sativa, indica, yeah.
Indica.
Indica.
Or hybrid, but mostly indica.
Thoughts on growing your own? I've looked into it. It requires a lot of sun or a lot of lights that I just don't have, and I also am not a very patient person, and the whole thing overwhelms me.
Happy to just smoke it.
Yeah, I don't want it to become a chore. I want it to be something that I enjoy. So it's no for me on the growing.
You could manifest a boyfriend who's a grower.
That'd be great.
That would be so hot.
That's what I need to do. Absolutely. Yes, I'm gonna do
Write
that.
it down. Write it down.
I was literally gonna say I'm gonna write it down.
Ladies, we manifest in growers and showers. Big
Growers and
dongs
showers.
lots of flowers.
Would love to know your favorite shops. Also describe your ideal high day activity.
These are great questions.
Yeah, the shop that I go to most is Stash in Studio City, which is where I met Michaela Moody. And my favorite high activities would be getting eaten out.
Fuck me
It's
up.
so good, really high getting eaten out. I would say going to the park and like being in the sun, any kind of like just being in the sun. I'm not a very like active smoker. I don't want to be doing a bunch of stuff. I just want to be chilling, a walk even, maybe just like something like that. What are your favorite high activities?
My favorite high activity is probably when I set up my altar, because it's just another way, like the way I light incense is sort of my signal to the spirit world. Like, hey guys, want to hang out? And then when I ingest it myself, it's like it's a clearing within my own body. Yeah. So I do like to meditate, set up my altar. I was gonna say drive, but I don't really mean that. I don't like to drive.
Just the idea of it.
I like camping, like being out in the desert.
Yes.
That is the best.
Yeah, being the passenger.
Because you could actually drive there and no one else is there. Don't do it, guys.
Don't smoke and drive. Don't do it,
because then they'll take away our fun smokes. And we need to keep them because they're good for the world.
Michaela Moody asks, what's the most milligram edible that you've taken at once? I would say like 300. I used to take edibles like to the dome. I used to get these peanut butter cookies that were 200 milligrams each. So I would eat like one and then I eat like half of one or some later. And I would just really Yeah. And someone asked, have you ever been high when you weren't supposed to? Well, you at church.
At church, and then at my job at American Eagle.
I mean, yeah, I've gone to, you know, old jobs high for sure, but I don't really know
I
if
wasn't
it's
a
like,
smoker though. This is only kind of a recent thing for me.
yeah,
so.
I feel you. And then somebody said, I want to try weed, but I have no idea what to start with. Joint. I asked that earlier. And then somebody said, what is the best, smoking a blunt or using a bong? Have you ever even smoked out of a bong?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I first learned on. Like when I was in college,
Yeah.
and I would get really high. Like I did it in all these extreme ways. And I think that's why I stayed away from it so long. Cause I was like, it's not me. Sorry. But I get to catch up now when everything is basically legal and in all these fun ways of consumption.
Yeah, it's so much fun. But that's pretty much all I have to say about weed. It was a lot. Thanks for listening. I had so much fun talking about it and getting absolutely stoned out of my mind. Do you have any other weed things that you'd like to add?
Is it okay? It's a dating question.
Yeah.
Is it important that your boyfriend or girlfriend also is a stoner?
No, you just have to let me be one and don't judge it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm gonna, but like, I'm talking like I'm gonna smoke in bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like
wake
I'm gonna
up
light a joint
and do
like
it.
like everything's gonna smell like weed. Like just know that I'm going to constantly be
I'm the weed.
I am Meryl Wiener, and you will accept me. No, but yeah, I don't care if they do. I just need to be able to do whatever I want.
Do it at all times. Yeah. Okay.
Would I ever
cool.
stop smoking weed for somebody? No. Nope. Literally,
I don't
no.
think I'm ever gonna stop doing anything for anybody.
And I don't do anything I don't want to do, and I don't stop anything I don't want to stop. You know, like I mean, except for my highly intense Xanax addiction that I needed to stop. But when it comes to things that are not that intense,
right.
You know,
just a little bit of pot. Okay?
Yeah, just a little bit of marijuana. But happy 420, everybody. Get high. Eat edibles, get some
Talk
food.
to your spirit guides. It's a perfect time to call in your spirit guides.
Do all of the stoner high things.
We're about to go into Taurus season. It's a very grounding time. I'm very happy. Because you're an earth sign, I'm an earth sign, and Taurus is an earth sign. So I'm very excited for the next few months.
Yes. I am waiting on my merch samples. They are coming. I thought for some reason that this was going to be a really easy 2-week process to do, and I kept being like, oh, give me 2 weeks, guys, and I'll have my merch out. Give me a minute. It takes a minute to get everything settled. It's designed. It's really cute. I'm really excited to show you guys. I think maybe in about a week, I'm going to post a photo of what it's going to be on my Patreon. So if you want to come take a quick peek
Let's
at
pre-order.
Well,
are you doing pre-orders? Will you take an official order from me? I want one. I want a full set. I want everything.
It's going to be really great. I've got sweatshirts, I've got mugs, I might do sweatpants, and I might do the zipper sweatshirts as well, because right now it's a pullover moment.
I want to pretend like I'm at Warped Tour and I'm wearing like an emo band shirt, or the zip up.
Yeah,
that was like my thing in high school.
And like I had to wear my moment, you know, like throwing the hood on, like you can't see me.
Your lipstick is color, don't bother.
It was good.
I know exactly what goes on.
Where can everybody find you if they want to find your
OnlyFans?
Home. I'm right behind
your closet.
Oh, it's been here. I'm the little voice. I'm the little voice that lives in your head. Okay, don't fucking do that. You can find me at Lex Lee on Instagram. I'm probably gonna do a rebrand on OnlyFans, so just kind of like stay tuned. So just follow me at Lex Lee.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, I just have so many projects coming up, but I'll come back on other episodes when I'm not so fucking high and I could actually talk about them.
So stay tuned
you all
for the products. And you can find me everywhere at Little Baby Kates. Make sure to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/littlebabykates. Make sure to check out my other podcast, They Were on a Break podcast with my gal pal Chloe. We break down Friends episodes. It's so fun. I'm having such a good time doing it. Stay tuned for my merch and get as high as possible today, y'all. It's 420. Live it up. Thanks for coming on my show and getting really high with me.
Oh, you are so welcome.
I love you.
I love you too.
You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna see you again next Tuesday. Go out, be the best person you can be, and suck as much dick as you possibly can. Yeah. Bye.